That's it. You're here with Ladylife and the Backstage Pass. You never know what happens backstage, stays backstage. Tonight I have some special guests, some information on entertainment, music, fashion, and life. The good, the bad, the ugly. Now let's do it. Let's get right in with the Backstage Pass with Ladylife. Hey, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. How's the weather out there, right?
Beautiful.
I mean, it's time. I think we had enough of that 8 months of hard, just cold and trauma and COVID and whatever. So, guys, tonight's a very, very special show. And I just want to say I love you all. Thank you so much. And tonight, as you're watching us, was my wonderful friend DJ Dove in the house. Yay.
What up, what up? Thank you for having me.
Oh, I'm so excited. We have so much to talk about tonight. You have so much amazing music coming out. Like, share, add. Let's go tonight. Like, share, add. Thank you again for all of you guys out there. Hundreds and hundreds of views, amazing shares, amazing followers. You guys are just so special to me. I just want to thank you guys so much again. I am so proud of all of you guys that are hitting me up. And I'm proud of you guys because it's like we're all coming back together and everyone's releasing music.
Yep.
So tonight, we're going to hear a lot of great new records from Dove. And we have a lot of other stuff to talk about tonight. But first off, let's just give a quick shout out to the DMX family. Mm-hmm. DMX, you know, had a rough run this past weekend. Our prayers and thoughts are with you and your family. And I have to say, I know DMX, if you are listening, everyone is out there on the streets outside White Plains Hospital praying for you right now. We are cheering your name out there. We love you. Rough Riders in the house.
Prayers up to DMX.
Absolutely. DMX, we love you and we are praying for you and we cannot wait for you to come back. We're not gonna let you go. So just yet, we have a lot more in store for you. We love you, DMX. Prayers up. Also want to shout out to my boy Izzy. He's doing very well this week. His wife, who made these beautiful halo charms for me, very spiritual charms, Tiger Eye. Izzy went into the hospital last week and broke out of a coma. And I just want to say, Izzy, we prayed so hard for you. And shout outs to Izzy. We love you so much. Thank you guys for all your prayers and all your time. And thank you, everybody. Next week, we also have DJ Caramel coming up here. So once again, like, share, add. We're here for you every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. on Mix Vibes Radio. I'm getting pictures taken away, so I got to do a quick pull. So without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, you know I got my applause button. I'm going to hit it like 800 times. Oh, DJ Dove. Yeah.
You silly.
I drive you nuts. I still drive you nuts. What's up, my friend?
Little bit.
What's up?
None. Just living the good life right now. Living the good life.
You dropped an EP, man. You surprised me. You're like, I don't have a track. I have an EP. So excuse me. And, you know, it's perfect timing, though, because we planned this a while ago.
That we did.
It synchronicity.
It just dropped on Friday. That's right.
It just dropped on Friday, and it's exclusively on Traxsource right now, and you could pre-order on Beatport, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about how you got with Chuggy Tracks and how this all came about. Did they call you? Did you make a track? Did you submit? How did this all come about?
The CEO of the label, Michael Lindy, a.k.a. Beat Chuggers, we've had a good business relationship for a long time, but he started Chuggy Tracks, and he was hearing a lot of my production, so he's like, yo, I would love to have a project from you on my label. I said, sure, let me hook up something and, you know, see what I can bring to the table. And I brought 2 tracks to him. One was Sun Drenched, and the other one being Wildfire. And he was like, yo, man, these tracks are banging.
Yeah,
so.
But I don't, listen, in your career, and I've been there for, well, more, I've been there prior to it because I worked at Roger back in the 90s, and then when we released our record, it just blew up. But I've been with you, I want to say a little over 15 years. I don't think I ever missed a show, but Dove, you always put out good tracks. I mean, you always put out tracks that you know people are going to dance to. You have some of the, name some of the artists you've actually worked with, because you have so many, but it's important for people to know, like, what have you really done? Your library is insane.
I mean, I've worked with people like Anaya Day, Dawn Tallman.
My faves.
Wow. I mean,
it's a lot.
Yeah, the list.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Right, it's a lot. That's why I'm
backtrack and remember.
Right. It's a lot. So your history is all over the place. You just Google DJ Dove and you will be there for a few hours. I'm letting you know now. And I actually just found our track on YouTube when you sent it. I didn't even know it was there. So I was actually really cool about that. But when you go into a track, like when you did Sun Drenched and when you did Wildfire. Was it a COVID emotion? Were you home? How does it come to you?
I guess the best way to describe it, and it's not just this EP. It's just the 2 to 3 year run that I've had.
Okay.
And this is gonna sound very unusual, but it's very common. I've been driven by anger.
Oh, me too. You know me. You see me go through
and
some shit.
people do their best work when
angry.
there's something emotionally going on with them.
Mary J. Blige says it all the time. I write through anger. I mean, if you think of all her records too, she's definitely somebody who wrote No More Pain, I'm a One. A lot of people write through pain. I don't really do well. You know what's really funny? And I was going to tell Mike before we got here. Nobody but you was not. I was not in pain, and although we wrote other records, that was one of my biggest tracks. I was actually really happy, and I usually write through anger. But it was funny to me because that was only one of the tracks that actually made it through on a happy side. But anger, that happens with me too. Now, what do you think? You were angry because you couldn't? I mean, you performed a lot. Because you couldn't go out of the house, or
no. Just personal things that I was going through and still kind of going through. So that's been one of my biggest motivations. Had nothing really to do with the industry per se.
Yeah, just you.
No, just me, man.
Okay.
And knowing that I had to step up, my game and everything, and it just kind of worked out.
Right, and it's a tough industry.
God works in mysterious ways.
He absolutely does. But are you happy now? That's what makes sense. Have you come over that? Have you come
I'm
over the
content.
thresholds?
No,
All
I'm
right,
content.
good.
I'm not happy though.
Okay.
Because I know I have a lot more to do, and
well,
I'm not satisfied till I get to where I need to be, and I know what I want, and I know what I got to do.
I think you're gonna get it. I really do. It takes a really, really. You and I have been in this business for over almost 3 decades, and we've been through ups and downs and ups and downs. Even together, we've been through ups and downs. We've been through a lot. So I think what happens is through the anger, you push through the threshold, and then you get content. And now you have the EP that's going to flourish. It's already hitting. It's in the 60s already on the top 100.
Yeah. Right
so
now,
it's
number
moving.
65. Yeah, it's climbing.
All right, so it's climbing. So it just started and it's already climbing. So, and a lot of people have records out because everybody's home right now. So the battle's on. It's a playing field is hot right now. Everyone I'm talking to is releasing
and
records.
Right now, people have this philosophy because it's COVID and everything that they shouldn't be, putting out their best right now. They want to save it for later. I'm putting everything on the line.
I completely disagree. Like, I just wrote 2 records, and I haven't written in quite some time, like I was explaining to you before. And I feel like these are my best. And listen, whoever I feel like I've got some people knocking on the door right now, but I want to do that. I'm going to do this right now because this is what I'm feeling right now. What am I sitting? You're right. Everyone's like, I'm holding. There's no reason to hold this, guys, because like he was saying, through the anger, you get content. There's time where you're going to plateau and you're going to be happy. You got to keep pushing. And that's what makes us stronger. And you're an artist. So some days you're with it, some days you're not. So sometimes your own record could change your mood. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you got to keep going. Do you mind if we listen to one of the tracks?
Let's go.
Is that cool with you?
No doubt.
All right. So Mike, maybe let's put on Sun Drenched. I love the name of this record. This is the new EP by DJ Dove, Fuel to the Fire, exclusively on Traxsource, pre-ordering on Beatport now. This is Sun Drenched.
Let's do it.
I can hear these voices in my head. Do you know what I'm talking about? hear these voices in my head. Do you know what I'm talking about? I can hear these voices in my head. Do you know what I'm talking about? No more sunshine. No more sunshine. I can hear these voices in my head. Do you know what I'm talking about? No more sunshine. Do you know what I'm talking about? I can hear these voices in my head. Do you know what I'm talking about?
So next thing, the phone is gonna fall off.
Yo, you guys, I don't. Maybe you can see this live, but
It-
everything
it-
is falling off the walls in here.
Is that clock secure up there?
Yeah, exactly.
You'll give me a concussion up in here.
Oh my God, yo, Dove, that was dope, man. You know what? You know where it took me back to? I'm
What?
floating in the clouds. That old Teneglia track.
Oh yeah,
I'm
yeah,
floating
yeah.
in the
Yeah, it has
clouds.
the similarities.
It's so beautiful, and that's such a beautiful track. I love it, and I haven't heard anything like that since then, and that's a big thing to say.
Yeah,
for
it's,
me
it's
to
techie,
say it.
but it's sexy at the same
Yeah,
time.
and I
so
love
you know,
it. Oh, we have to
for
do
the
something
fellas
like
and for
that.
the ladies.
Yeah,
you know
I
what
want to
mean?
do something like that with you, man. Oh Lord, and I do DJ Dove's drops. That's right. If you hear me, that's me doing it on the time.
Oh
I'm just
yeah,
saying. For a long
She's
time.
infamous.
A long time I'm doing his drops. A lot of people's drops.
That
He's
voice
my
that you
favorite.
hear on the Deep Radio Show, the Master Mix Sessions, that's her.
That's me right here. Anyway,
Yeah.
but that's really sexy and really beautiful. But it's really nice. I was like, let's not give him any more. You guys, if you're just tuning in with us, thank you so much. Like, share, add. Tonight in the house is DJ Dove. Thank you so much for coming over, my friend.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Yeah, I'm so excited. We have so much to talk about tonight. He just released his brand new EP exclusively on Traxsource. Don't forget, it's pre-ordering on Beatport. Either or, get it. It's Fuel to the Fire. It's a new EP. I'm so proud of you. It's a long time coming. We got to come back around. You know, we got to do stuff like this. You can't stop. You're one of the best producers in this city, and one of my favorite
I
DJs.
appreciate that.
But you're one of my favorite DJs. I mean, Dove,
Thank
come
you.
on, you go for hours. It's just. You're amazing. I stood right next to you on all those shows. Like,
Yeah,
it
you
was like
did.
8 o'clock in the morning. He was like Space in Miami. Like, remember that one night? You were like, you're the only one that made it. I was still right there.
Facts.
Still,
Facts.
I never, ever, ever missed a show, ever. And it wasn't not because you're my friend, but you're such an amazing DJ. You truly are. You've mastered the craft. Who did you start looking up to? And you know what I think I never asked you? Why did you ever start DJing? How did it happen?
I stumbled into it by accident. Actually.
Really?
Yeah, like
What a great story.
watching my brother doing it in his room, and mind you, he was horrible. But
Oh my God.
no, it's all in fun though. He knows.
Really?
I
Your
could
brother
say,
DJ'd?
yeah. And wouldn't you know, he got, because he was a much better promoter than he was a DJ. He
Okay.
was an amazing promoter.
Okay.
And then next thing you know, he became a politician, became the mayor of Palm Bay, Florida. And now he's retired and living the good life. But I owe my success a lot to him, because he's the one that introduced me to house music and all that. Before I was spinning hip hop and reggae and all that other stuff.
I'm not gonna lie. My brother was a musician with Scribble. Then when they were younger, they all did before YBT. Scribble kind of did his own thing, and my brother was doing jingles for commercials. And every day it was like dun 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 with the keyboards. I never slept in the house because it was just so loud all the time. My mother would be with the broom, lower the music, and I would like sneak up there with the key. Why'd you touch my keyboards? And everything would be a mess because he's 7 years older. But my brother too inspired me. That's funny. I had no idea about that. So,
And then,
when did you DJ out? Young, it has to be, because you're doing this a
Oh
long
yeah, I
time.
was doing house parties and stuff like that when I was 18, but I didn't get into the clubs till like I was 19, 20, doing little spots in Hoboken, whether it was spots like Secrets or Live Tonight,
Okay.
and then later Zell's and Love Sexy. Love Sexy was the one
That did it for you.
Yeah, I spun very epic sets.
There, that was like a big one for
with
you.
my boy Eddie Love. Yeah. man.
Okay. And then from there, when did you actually start producing? Because you got to DJ for a little while before you produce, before you get your foot in the door. You remember like the earlier years of your productions? 90s, obviously.
Yeah. It started in '94.
Okay.
My biggest inspiration, producing wise, is the God himself, Todd Terry. He's
Of course.
he's my
I
idol
love
and
Todd.
my friend.
Yeah, he's amazing.
You know what I
Todd's
mean?
amazing.
Yeah, he got me started. I was like, yo, and then Disciple, who
Love Disciple, too.
one of
Shout
my
out to
best friends
Disciple.
and
Love
my
Disciple.
mentor, DJ and everything. He told me, yo, Dove, you're not gonna make it just DJing.
You have to make music.
Those days are long over.
Yeah.
We're not living in the 80s. You got to start, producing tracks. So then, 1994, my very first track I produced for him on the Street Experience EP put out in
Wow.
'94 called "Take It to the Bank." so it started there.
And you never got paid for 20 years, right?
Yeah.
It took forever to get money.
But then it wasn't till my second production, which was the God Almighty EP, which
Okay.
had Illusions on it, which Illusions was voted the top 5 piano house anthems of all time
Wow.
by Mixmag.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is
and it still lives today.
I'm
It's
sure.
crazy.
A lot of your records live today. A lot of your records are amazing. That's why I said everyone to know your background, your history. This is you've spanned 3 decades, and then you had, you're talking about Eric and you're talking about Roger, and now see, I met Todd in '95. I did Club Unity. It was about to shut down. We revived it from NASA. We got Unity. We had Armand, Todd, and Vega. That was like our night. We did it once a month, every couple of weeks, and we had Todd. I don't know if he drove up in a red Ferrari. I don't remember. I just remember seeing him in like the coolest cars. We're like, we love Todd and Armand. And let me tell you something. I used to stand behind them because it was my party. Like, watch them DJ. Like, they would literally like put the headphones on for 1 second and put it off and give the next record. I'm like, he didn't even listen to that record. Like, how they DJ'd was like beyond me. I mean, I DJ'd for a minute on a Yuri, but that's like literally, I was like, this is amazing. Like, how do you guys do that? So when you started in your house, right? And then you went to the clubs, and then you did your first production. And then when did you start? Because WMC became really big with you. Like that's where you were going. You were traveling there a lot. Because we were there.
Yeah,
together
I started
a
going
bunch
in
of years.
'94.
Okay, so when I was going, when Biscayne Bay Well, that was later in life when
Yeah,
the
when it was
Ultra
at the
was on the beach.
Well,
yeah.
WNC was originally, when I first started going, was at the Fountain Blue,
Fountain Blue, correct.
which I always thought it belonged.
It should have stayed there,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then they
yeah.
should never have moved Ultra down to Biscayne Bay. We did the lighting for the first Ultra on the beach, and although it was crazy in the '90s, the dance awards were also right there on the beach, and they really did move it. You know why, Dove? It got so big. It got so big and so out of control, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
It went from 15,000 to 30,000 to 100,000 to 200,000. So you
Mm-hmm.
had to move it down to the bay. Boats were coming in. It was insane.
Yep.
What also are you also inspired? Is there anybody outside the dance industry that you're inspired by? Just like maybe pop or dance music outside?
Man. My number one guy is Prince.
Of course. Oh, I love me some Prince. Rest in peace, Prince. We
Yeah, as a
love
matter
you.
of fact, I cried when he passed away, man.
Oh, I
It
still
hit
get
me-
upset
it
over
hit me
it.
pretty hard.
Yeah, I still get upset over that. I really
him-
I was at his the last show with the Symbol, and I have a mini recorder. I couldn't believe that they stood. There was an 11-minute standing ovation. It was 11 minutes, so I pulled out my mini recorder. Thought I could get some cool samples of like a background of an audience, which is the coolest thing to do. It was 11 minutes long. I was like, I'm running out of tape. I've never even, and I've been to Madonna, Jay-Z, Emmett. I've been to all the greats. I've been to Whitney. I've seen everybody, and I've never seen anything like Prince. Wow, so Prince, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
you like your dance music. That's probably why you like your dance. He loved people to dance. That was his thing.
And he's also very moody, which I'm very moody.
No,
too
you're
when it
not
comes-
moody.
Yes, I
He's
am.
very
Yes, I am.
lovely.
Yes, I am.
America loves Dove. We all know how to handle you. All right, so Netherlands Chuggy Tracks. Now, when you reach out to them, now what made you want to do an EP? You didn't just want to do one track. You stumbled around a few, and you guys were let's do this together combined.
I think to generate more notoriety.
Okay.
You got to do EPs these days.
You do. You definitely got to do a little bit more because everyone's doing it. So I would love for us to do is I'd love to play Wildfire. And I heard this a little bit before. This is, we're going to try not to shake everything off the walls again. Okay? So, but really quickly, before we jump into this, we got to do a quick advertisement. We're going to pay the bills real quick. Again, like, add, share. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in Tuesday nights with the Backstage Pass with Ladylife. Hey, man, where'd you get that shirt? I don't know. I got it from Doe Wiz Apparel. Swap me to get that money. Check them out. T-shirts, jumpsuits, sweatshirts, hoodies, and more. Don't forget to get your hot mask. Spring and summer 2021 with Doe Wiz Apparel. An untapped culture that says it's okay to be smart. Smart way to get that money. www.doewizapparel.com. All right, guys, let's go. We're going to listen to Wildfire by DJ Dove. Gotta cut him off, man. You gotta go purchase. Gotta
I
cut
love
him
the way
off.
he stops these records.
Ew. Yeah, there's
Ghetto
no
style.
freebies here.
Ghetto
There's no
style.
freebies here. It's just,
He's straight hood,
Let's get
son.
some applause right there.
No freebie.
I will take applause. We'll take applause. Yo, first of all, that was dope, man. Back to me. I'm feeling that up in there, man.
Hit them right when they jam and leave them dead in their tracks.
I love it. That's so funk flex.
Wait,
I'm sorry.
Before we continue, I gotta get these shots out.
I was just about to
shout
say,
out
your phone's. I
Cause-
was just about to say, yo, I see Soto over there, Harry Soto. Hey, we miss you, Harry. You better come up here. I miss you. We got some music for you too.
Because first of all, I gotta shout out my manager because she said you better mention
Of
me
course.
and Lady J. I know she's watching tonight.
Hey, Lady J.
Yeah, Lady J Management. I love her to death. I've been
Awesome.
with her for a couple of years, and you know the COVID kind of slowed down everything.
That's
but
okay.
We're gonna
She's
hit
so
it.
supportive and she's so amazing
yeah,
to everything
yeah.
that you do. And that's what I love. Like, you have a really amazing team around you. And that's really important right now. And that's what I tell everybody. Like, if you guys want to be in this industry, she's been so great. Like, everything you do, all your posts, she's right there by your side. And that's awesome. And who else you got logging in tonight?
Let's see. Oh, my boy Stephen Mestre, he's on. I see him and Angelala, who is also my
Angela,
co-host,
your co-host
for
the
Levels Up show.
And the Function House, I
At
saw
the
you
Function
guys
House,
do.
yes.
That was a
yes.
great show, by the way. Awesome.
Yeah, once a month on the Tuesday. It's
I'm actually going to be there tomorrow morning. I have to be right there tomorrow morning,
yeah?
so I usually pop in. My client lives right next to us, so I always like wave in the window over there. Great, that's a great crew over there. They're doing a lot. They did a lot for this. They're basically, I feel like it's a mini nightclub for the night. I mean, the COVID's different, but they really support. They've really been so supportive of all of you guys. So definitely shout out to the Function House.
And also, I can't forget my Deep Root Records family.
Absolutely.
Because I'm the senior A&R for Deep Root Records. So
Awesome.
Big love to who I call my little bro, Francesco Mercier.
Okay,
and to
Francesco. I think I was on a Deep Root boat party last year.
Ajamu, Kyle, the whole Deep Root crew. It's been fun working for them so far. It's going to be a year soon.
That's awesome.
that I've been
I
with
think
them.
they did a boat party with Liquid Todd. I'm not sure, like 2 years
Oh,
ago, because I
yeah,
was
we
on
got
that.
the Deep Root yacht parties
Yeah.
every Saturday.
I was on that boat,
From
guys.
from 6 to
That
10.
was awesome. I will definitely be back on that show. That boat. That
we're
show.
doing big things, man. The label is doing incredible things, and
That's awesome.
I'm proud to be part of the team, part of the family. We're one big happy family.
That's
so.
what I love. That's why I feel like, guys, that's what this show is about. The Backstage Pass with Ladylife every Tuesday night. We are here to bring the community together. If you have tracks, if you're DJing, if you're trying to do your thing, we are here to support you. Not only my friends, if you're out there and you want stuff to be released, remember, there's not a lot of gigs going on right now, so this helps you break out, get out there. We're on Twitch, YouTube, live every single Tuesday at 7 p.m. Thank you guys so much. If you're just tuning in with us, thank you guys. Once again, it's 7 p.m. with the Backstage Pass with Ladylife. Now, before we get into anything else, because me and you have we have a few tracks together, but do you have a cool Backstage Pass story? Like anything that you remember that like, oh my God, this is amazing. Like I saw somebody and I was young, or maybe even recently that like.
It had to be 2008
Okay.
when I experienced my first Ultra Festival in Miami.
That was your first Ultra?
I not DJing, just a spectator, just hanging out.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, it was banging. It was so good.
Yeah, before the whole, EDM craze took
Yeah.
off.
Wow. So you got
Yeah.
that's when it was still like very fresh and pretty intense at that time. Because I think Carl did he just get his own tent or not yet? Because remember we were throwing T-shirts out with Ultra.
I mean, I was with Eric at that time.
Okay, so
when-
it might have been right around before they separated the tents and everyone got their own
Right,
tent.
right.
Those were the good years, man. Those are the good years. So I'm sure anything that
And
happened.
even with the early EDM days, they were great too before it started, becoming I don't know what.
It was massive. A lot of people call it Bridge and Tunnel, but it's not. A
I'm
lot
just
of
being
people like
honest.
techno music. A lot of people like techno music, and I have to tell you, like when our record came out, this is when I noticed that our music was spanned. My brother called me because he plays live drums in Canada to all the greats, and they heard the record, and they're like, he's like, that's my sister. So he ran up to Exacto, who was DJing the song, and he's like, that's my sister's record. And he's like, what do you mean? He's like, Ladylife. I was like, wow, we're in Canada, we're all over the place. That record, it was so big, so fast, and that was 2007, right? 2008. That was a really big time, I think, in New York and for music in general. 2007. I want to say 6, 7, 8, and 9 were massive for dance
right.
records. That was like really big at that time. So back in the day, if you could name like, or name in your, besides Todd Terry, is there a few other DJs that have inspired you through the years?
Oh man, the big three for me are, and I'm gonna do it in order because it's the time that I met them.
Okay, that's cool.
Disciple first and foremost.
Love Disciple.
That's my brother.
Hands down.
I love him to death, and you know, he introduced me to a lot of people, especially the other two that I'm gonna mention, the big three. I met Eric after Disciple, maybe a year later.
Yeah, you were young though.
Yeah.
You met him a long time ago.
Oh yeah, man, I was.
You're a baby.
I was like 19.
Yeah, that's
19,
how long
20.
you know. God rest your soul, Eric.
I was
We
still
love
in
you.
college, and then I met Roger Sanchez after that. So,
Yeah,
so
Roger.
those big three, I always acknowledge, because without the tutelage and the knowledge and the mentoring of those three, I wouldn't be here today. Sure, I put the legwork later on, and I rose out of the shadows and I became my own man. But
You
without
sure
those three,
did. But I have to tell you, because I met Roger in the early 90s because he was still dabbling in the rave scene. Then he did like the KTU. He was playing our record. I remember that like little time they had the KTU. He was playing our record. People would call me at 3 o'clock in the morning. Nobody but you on the radio. I'm like, no, it's not. They're like, it's Roger Sanchez. I go, yes, it is. Because he really supported you. Almost all your records he supported. But that's what I'm saying, Dove. You are such an amazing artist. I'm so proud of this EP. I like, we totally didn't plan this, that you were dropping an EP. That's why I was like, oh, what's the track? He's like, I have an EP. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know you had an EP. But can we play our old record together?
Of course.
All right, cool. So Nobody But You, this is a funny story. So you called me wetback before, like wet behind the ears. Okay.
Yeah, wet behind the ears,
Wet behind-
not wet
I was
back.
a baby.
Come on,
Well, I
now.
don't even know. Okay. I was like a little baby. I was like, I was always a dancer. I don't even know what I just
Yo.
said. Let's fast forward. All right,
FCC's gonna come after you, girl.
I'm just saying. I was a little baby, and
Yo,
I didn't
wet
just.
behind the ears, breath smelling like Similac. Yeah,
I was a
that was you.
baby. I had just started singing. I was working with Dwayne Harden doing some vocals at Moses Modesto. I somehow stumbled with you. I don't even know how we wound up getting together. We went to.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. I don't
I tried to
remember
think
how,
about it,
how
too.
we met.
You know what, Dove? I couldn't think about it
I don't
on the
know
way
who
over.
introduced us or whatever, but it was still a blessing.
It was
nonetheless.
we were always together. That's all I remember. Anywhere you were, I was. That's all that matters to me. I'm going to say Jersey because I moved there in the early 2000s.
No, I remember it was New York. It was New
Well,
York.
I also come to all your shows in New York. So
Right.
I met you early on, but we didn't really hang until I moved by you in Jersey,
Right,
which
right.
was the middle 05 and 06, 07. Because I had the
Yeah, that's when
Lost
I
on
was still living in Hoboken.
Right, and I was right in Weehawken.
Right.
Okay. Right, but that's when we really hung. You know, we were at we all had the same amount of same friend, not same amount, but same friends, so we were always together. But Nobody But You was a record that Dove's like, I really need a good record from you. I had written a few other records. I had Hero out. I had other tracks out, but nothing major yet. I had Hero on Hothead. I had Gossam. I had a bunch of like little things out, but nothing major. I'm not gonna lie, Hero did very well on Hothead because it was a remake of Bonnie Tyler. That record hit 19 radio stations in 2 weeks, and I wasn't ready for that. So I needed your record to kind of keep me going at that point. So we didn't think it was gonna be that big, and it wound up being because we recorded it a few times. So I'm at the diner, your diner right in your area. What's that? The Malibu Diner. The Malibu Diner, and I'm sitting there, and I'm with Val, a good old friend of ours, Valentino.
What up, Valentino?
What's up, Valentino? And I'm sitting there on a napkin, and I was like, nobody, I know you feel it. I feel too, the way you do me like you do. And Val was like, that sounds cool. Well, write that. I was like, where? Because we just had ordered eggs and pancakes or whatever we were ordering. He's like, no, write it down. So I was like, all right. I'm like, write that down? He's like, yeah, write it down. So I was like, nobody. I actually wrote the hook first. Because when I got in the studio, this is what you were laughing at me for. When, what's his name? Puts me in the...
Will
Will
Taylor, my
Will
other
Taylor,
brother.
Will Funk in the house. We love Will.
15 years strong.
Oh, yeah, definitely
Yeah.
15 years strong. Him and Dove were like, okay, that record's great, Nobody But You, but you need to move me now. I need to feel it. I need to feel what you're going to bring to the dance floor. I need you to move me. And mind you, I'm in high heels. I'm like, wait,
Yeah, we were irritated with you that day.
Well, because you know why? Because it was a great record, but I had no hook.
Yep.
It was a great record, and we knew it was a great record. And that's when I learned what it was like to be like Aretha Franklin, these women that drop hooks in 5 minutes, because I made that hook in 4. You go, you have 4 minutes. Let me tell you something, I was sweating. I was like, oh my God, I'm with these big producers. I'm in the Bronx. I'm in this booth. I'm so scared. All of a sudden, I said to myself, what would I say to this person? I'm saying, nobody but you. I love you. I feel you. It's amazing. What would I say if I had this person in front of me? And then I called you back in the room. They said, Mike, yo, check. They sat like where you're sitting, and they were like this, hit. And they were like looking at the thing. I was like, once I have you, I'm gonna love you. They both went, what? And I was like, I got this, let's go. And then I was tapping my foot so hard, they're like, you're tapping, please, we have to re-record it, tap, tap. I was so into it, right? And then, what an amazing hit. Wow, what an amazing hit. All the remixes, all the success on that record. It was by far one of mine. And we also have Fade Away on Haiti Groove, which is another great record. We're not going to play that one tonight, but let's play Nobody But You. We still have the Made in Italy on YouTube you could check out, which is a great video.
Yeah, your first performance.
Yeah, they took the freaking,
Nobody But You. Yeah.
They took the stage over. I had all these dancers that couldn't go because you were behind me clapping. The catwalk was over, and then like the owner of Peroni Water.
It was Fashion Week.
Oh, it was crazy. It was crazy. That show was like one of my favorite videos ever.
Yeah, it was in near Times Square. I remember that.
It was sold out of control. I think the Peroni was a sponsor.
Yes.
Was that Made in Italy, right?
Yeah, Made in Italy.
And shout out to those guys because we did a
Made
lot
in
of shows.
Italy, NYC.
Yes.
I miss you guys.
Yeah, I miss them too. Let's do it. Nobody But You. Great record. I'm getting hot. You know, I took that all around the world, right? I sang that song. Let's see if I could do all of where I sang it. Alaska.
Went to Alaska?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I performed it with the Victoria's Secret models. I produced a show in Alaska.
Okay.
You went to Alaska? I did. It took 2 hours to get there, too. And I didn't sleep for 4 days because, I don't know if you know this, but they have, like, Army. You are Mike's up. I went to Alaska. It's beautiful there. 22 hours. I produced a show with Indacio. Shout out to Indacio.
His reaction, he's like, Alaska?
You went to Alaska? I did. And let me tell you something. It was the end of the show. I was physically and mentally exhausted. They have airwaves there because of all the military. The Air Force is there. So the harp is so intense, they just don't sleep there. And remember, there's no darkness. So, like, you get 2 hours of darkness. At 9 p.m., it's like full-blown sun. So we were a mess on the flight coming home. It was crazy. So
You took pictures with polar bears, too?
well, I didn't. I actually climbed to the top of O'Malley Mountain and put my father's ashes there. And I went with Cecily Lopez.
dope.
Cecily Lopez, shout out my girlfriend. You look so beautiful, by the way. Congratulations on your babies. Yeah, I sang it in Alaska, and I went to Tegucigalpa, San Pedro Sula, Cuba, Venezuela.
No, you did not go to my country of Cuba.
I've been everywhere with this record.
Well, damn. Okay.
Oh, you want to do another record, man? No, I'm joking. no, yeah, I went all over the country.
That's dope.
Yeah, I took this. I mean, it was so big, though. It was big record. I had to sing this record because, like I said, it was. I mean, I didn't go in that year, and then don't forget, I did this song in Vegas. I performed in Vegas for 12 months straight, every 4 weeks. I did every single club. I did Win. Oh, God, now I'm blanking on all the clubs. I did every single club, and they let me stay in every single penthouse of all of them. You should have been with me, by the way, but you were running around being superstar. But, yeah, I sang it all over the country. Miami, you remember, the Ultra, the after party. They're like, oh, the stage is taken by people. So, like, I kicked someone's bottle off, and I jumped on someone's little table, and I was like, nobody. I performed on, like, literally a table like this big.
Gangster.
Well, there was nowhere to go. And then I've opened for a ton of people with this record, too. I've sang this song all over the world. So thank you so much. I hope we get to do another record like this again. Yeah. It's just such a beautiful record. And the way it came out, the way you pulled out the best in me, you actually taught me how to songwrite that way. So thank you. You made...
Well, we got to give props to Exacta, too.
Yeah, hell yeah. That's
Exacta. Compulsive music. It was on his label. I remember the day I brought it to his house when he was living in the World Trade Center area. And, he was like, "Yo, Dub, I gotta have this record."
Yeah, it's a great record.
Please give me this record.
And then the remixes were Sonique,
Beloka and Sonique, and then Music.
Okay, and then we did Fade Away was big. That was Haiti Groove Records. I love that record.
It could have been bigger. It wasn't as big. It wasn't
remixes.
It wasn't as big as.
It definitely wasn't. It definitely wasn't.
But it was still it was still a very solid record.
That was a beautiful. We had a lot of remixes on that too. I still feel like I still hear random ones in that, but those are our records. For those of you who just joined in, Mike, can you grab? Guys, I can't see. We have a lot of monitor. Can you say who's shouting, visiting us over here? Shout out to my husband who's watching. Ito, the FFFF crew. Thank you guys so much in Brooklyn. Say it again. Carrie, Lakata, what's up, girl? And Pete, thank you guys so much for chiming in tonight. Also, I want to shout out to Tony D, who was with us last week in Sector Records. There's a lot of great records coming out. I got to always shout out my Brooklyn Reds, the Plum Beach crew, Bones, Sis, and everybody, my 1-9 crew. Also, I have some cool information. Avicii's biography is coming out this fall, and I was so honored to meet him. Another great, rest his soul. I just wanted to say that it's important to know that these people study your background, study your history, and learn about all these amazing artists. It is not easy out there. We are here to support each other and love each other. So please, any other shout-outs you want to do before we get into some advertising?
Just everybody watching tonight, on my Facebook page. Hello.
Hey, guys. I see Michelle. Hey, Harry. I got some music for Harry.
Harry, I didn't go to Alaska. She went to Alaska.
Oh, I'm not that cool. Well, I was producing. So I actually was producing a movie, and I was producing the show, and the movie got mad that I had to leave. I was like, I got to go to Alaska. They're like, you're acting like it's down the block. I was like, I'll be back in 5 days. So, Harry. And Harry's been doing some great live shows, too. First of all, his setup is amazing. That thing is so cool. I don't know what it is, but I got to go see it. Also, we're going to do some quick advertising because we got so excited. I forgot to do all the advertisements. So let's pay the bills right now. Thanks, Mike. Are you looking for your dream home? Well, I know the guy to do it. Sean Lynch at the A-Team, Real Estate Group, LLC. Licensed real estate salesperson. Office phone number 718-915-7000 or direct at 399-7333. Email Sean Lynch at ateamnewyork.com. Located at 540 Little Neck Parkway, Suite number 5, Little Neck, New York. Once again, that's Sean Lynch at the A-Team New York. Ultimate Dance Academy. Do you think you have what it takes in hip-hop, African, modern, ballet, acting, jazz, and musical theater? That's okay. Come check us out at UDA. Anthony Borello, Artistic Director, Choreographer to the Stars. Check them out this summer. It's a summer intensive dance-safe outdoor location and indoor. Also, make sure you check us out at Ultimate Dance Academy, 718-527-8450, located at 13895 Francis Lewis Boulevard. Awesome. I love you. You're like, that's cool. I'm like, yeah, we got to do advertise. We got to pay the bills here, too. So, Dove, that was a great show. We talked so much, like an hour went by, but really quickly, let's chat about what's to come, because now that the EP is out, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, Track Sauce, and exclusively on Track Sauce. And don't forget, you can pre-order on Beatport. What do you got coming for us this summer? That's
my
okay.
release,
Take your time.
my release schedule is crazy from now to September, man.
Okay.
It's like, the next record I got coming out is April 23rd.
Okay.
It's called, I don't know, it wound up being a fire month, so it's called
That's okay.
Fire Burning.
Okay,
it's
that's okay.
It's coming out on House of Groove. It's based in Miami. Big shout out to my boy Aduke, who owns the label. And then May 7th, I got another release. This time it's a collaboration with my boy Yolan. He's from Mexico, a young, super talented dude. For Your Love is called. That's coming out May 7th. And then also I'm going to be on a compilation, which I'm very proud of, on Circus Recordings. Big shout out to Youssef. It's the Movements compilation. I'm going to be...
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's going to be nice. That's going to be big. You said got it going on.
If I tell you more releases, we'll be here all night. So
Yeah,
I got
well,
I'll be here from here.
excuse me.
It's crazy.
No, that's
it's
actually
crazy.
awesome, and I'm so glad. And like I said, we didn't plan this a couple weeks ago. You never know when you're going to release something, because that could always change. So I'm.
But you
glad
could
this
always
is
go to
like
my
this.
social media. I'll probably
let everybody
announce
know.
everybody, the full 411 schedule as far as the schedules, and also I'll have my first gig since before pre-COVID.
Pre-COVID.
Yes.
And when is that?
May 6th in Jersey.
All right, I will definitely
At
be there.
46 Lounge in Totowa, New Jersey. The
46
party's called the Get
Lounge.
Down. Much love to David Rodriguez, Rosemary, and the whole Get Down crew. It'll be myself, my longtime friend Ziggy Roman, and crazy man himself, my boy Mario Caligari.
Awesome! I can't wait. That's gonna be good. I'm gonna be at that one.
Yeah, man.
It seems
gonna be a dope
to me
party.
like Jersey's gonna have all the shows this year, but you will also just show me the Brooklyn Mirage. Probably that's about all we're gonna have here. But Jersey also this Friday. Check out Andrew Mendez doing his classics party at I think Batagra is the name of the party. And he was also, thank you again for Andrew being on the show. Thank you for Tony being on the show. Next week, we have my girl from the West Coast. She's amazing. She has crazy Twitch shows going on right now. She has a lot going on right now, but she'll tell you next week. DJ Caramel, ladies and gentlemen, a little applause over there for my homegirl coming in here. And I want to bring in some of the West Coast love, because it's so important that we see East Coast, West Coast, because we're all really, really good friends in this community. We don't have any issues like that, and it's important to bring everybody together. Also, these shows help us get your music out there. So if you're a DJ, you're an artist that's releasing music, remember, I mean, May 6th is still a little time away. You're not out there, so we're going to get your songs on the radio. And always I say, it's very important. Remember the quarantine. A lot of people have it rough out there. The Newark Food Bank out in New Jersey, which you know in New Jersey, they are doing an amazing job on donating food and clothes, because you guys got to remember this. 45% of the businesses closed down. A lot of people lost their homes. Remember, the owners of those businesses have children. They have cousins. They have family. Remember, all of them, it trickled down to. So there's a lot of people that need food, a lot of people that need clothes. So it's important that you donate and give back. And I'm always about giving back to the community and your friends. So once again, tonight was absolutely amazing. DJ Dub, thank you so much. Is there anybody else you want to shout out tonight?
Yeah, a couple other things. Big shout out to my little brother, who happens to be my landlord, Stephen Mestry. We do a show together called Vinyl and CDJs every Sunday on
you have a lot of
Mixcloud.
shows. Yeah, say all your shows. You have a lot of shows.
Every Sunday from 7 to 9:30, we play old school, new school.
That's awesome.
And house music, plus some little treats that you don't expect from us. But our anniversary is coming up on April the 25th. We're doing it for a year now.
That's
So,
awesome. That's
you
great.
know, well, he's the mastermind. I got to give the credit to him, because he approached me with the idea. Say, yo, let's do it. You know what I mean? And
You're
then
such a great collaborator. You really are.
Yeah,
And then you have your show, your regular show.
Yeah, I have Master Mix Sessions on Deep Radio.
Okay.
Respect to Grant Nelson. He's the one that brought me on there. I do that every Sunday before the Vinyl and CDJs. And then Fridays, I have DJ Dub in the Mix on Ibiza Radio 1 from 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Awesome.
And then, of course, the Levels Up show, which the next one is April 20th. And the theme of the night is going to be the Fantastic Classic House Voyage.
Ooh.
So I'm going to play 2 hours of nonstop old school 80s, 90s, early 2000s.
Wow.
My
This is
co-hostess with the mostest, Angelala, will be there. And I also have a special treat because I'm going to introduce my brand new Dove's Angels.
Oh.
Yeah.
American
My original
Dove's
angels I'll always love, but life changes. We all
That's right. We
grow
evolve.
up. We all have families and everything. We can't go out as much as we used to and everything. But
So we need new angels.
yeah,
And
new
new
blood,
butterflies.
new blood.
blood.
But I always love my original ones.
Yeah, you listen. That's
nobody
one thing.
take the place.
You're
of
amazing
them.
with everybody. You truly are. That's why I love you. You give so much credit to everybody, and I'm so proud of all the work that you do. You constantly reinvent yourself, and it is not easy, my friend. It is not. And as you say, pain and anger. And we've had such a crazy coronavirus. You're coming out of this swinging. I am so proud of you guys. Don't forget to check out DJ Dub's new EP on Track Sauce exclusively. Also, you can pre-order on beatport.com. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. Like, add, and share. And if you missed us, you can always watch us on YouTube on Mix Vibes Radio. Once again, thank you all for checking in tonight. I love you all so much. And once again, shout outs to everybody that is in part of the love and peace and unity of the House Nation. DJ Dove, thank you once again. It is my pleasure, my
No, it's an honor
to
to be
have
here.
you.
I would love to come back. Definitely. Anytime.
Yeah, well, we're going to do an outdoor show. Is it okay we do an outdoor show with you live, and we'll do maybe a live outdoor show? Because Mike said he could take everything outside.
Oh, okay.
Right, Mike?
I'm
You said we
with
could do it? And will you come back and DJ for us since you had so many
Absolutely.
records? We didn't have the time for you to DJ?
No, absolutely.
All right, so we'll do like a 2-hour show. We'll do some new tracks because you got a bunch of new stuff coming out maybe in May or June. When you're not so busy, we'll have some DJing, and then we'll release all your new tracks.
I'm with it. 100%.
All right, awesome. Thanks again, Dove. Thank you guys so
Thank
much
you.
for tuning in Tuesday night to the Backstage Pass with Ladylife. And if you or any of your friends have some music, please share it. Remember, it's music, fashion, entertainment with the one and only Ladylife. Thanks again, and I'll see you next Tuesday night at 7 p.m.
Night.
Good night.
I can hear these voices in my head. Do you know what I'm talking about? No more sunshine. I can hear these voices in my